Corporations above nations, above the law, above people. It is difficult to imagine now, in our time where the last embers of sovereignty flicker beneath corporate suns, that there was once an age when nations claimed to serve the people. That age, short-lived and filled with contradiction, ended long before the founding of the WAEP. What replaced it was not chaos, but ownership. A new empire arose, not of monarchs or parliaments, but of the mega-rich and the corporations they built to outlast them. These entities did not merely stand above the law. They stood above nations. And eventually, they stood above people. The era of legal disappearance. As early as the 21st century, signs of this transformation were everywhere. Corporations no longer simply influenced governments, they became them. Consider Chevron, allowed to pollute the Amazon and escape justice. DuPont, who spread forever chemicals into public water with near impunity. ExxonMobil, exposed for climate deceit, but never truly held accountable. These were not errors, these were precedents. One by one, the organs of governance grew quiet, defunded, distracted, absorbed. And over time, the public came to accept that law had become optional. For the powerful, the lives of ordinary people, workers, elders, children, were no longer subjects of protection, but units of productivity. When they spoke, they were muted. When they resisted, they were reclassified. The rise of the Monstrato Corps. Out of this crumbling world rose a name we all know now, Monstrato. A mega-corporation whose history is shadowed in erased archives, but whose reach was global. It didn't conquer, it acquired the clouds, the genes, the seeds, the silence. Where governments failed, Monstrato offered services. Where services collapsed, it offered security. Where security failed, it offered correction. And when people objected, Monstrato offered distraction. And when that failed, it offered correction. The peacetakers became not just enforcers, but narrators. They controlled what was true, because ownership had replaced law, and marketing had replaced memory. And yet one place remained untouched. A land forgotten or perhaps forgiven. The WAEP, rising above the down blow where the breath still smelled of pine and not plastic. It was there that the mother took root and sent forth her fiercest child, Ròna, warrior wild one, daughter of memory. She did not stand alone because she was powerful. She stood because she had not yet forgotten that the world belongs to the living, not the owning. The forest whispered her name, the wind followed her bow, and when Monstrato came, with drones, with blight, with legal claims carved in steel, Ròna gave them nothing. What was lost? By the time of the Great Melt, the law had become a kind of performance. Courts issued fines that were never paid, governments passed bills with no teeth, and the people, distracted, numbed, optimized, turned away. When rivers burned, it was unfortunate. When oceans acidified, it was priced in. When children fell sick, they were statistics. In the ruins of that age, we find phrases like settlement, public relations, and non-disclosure agreement. These were the tombstones of justice. But not all was lost. The way up survived. The forest dreamed, and those who remembered built anew. They were not perfect, but they were present. Ròna did not save the world, that no one person could, but she saved something more important. The possibility of memory. We study this history not only to mourn, but to choose. Because even in your time, corporations rise, and if the people forget what belongs to them, they will forget that they belong. Read this chronicle of the future foretold. Remember the resistance. The girl who rode the Unihorn is free for a limited time.